I have invited 4 of our NAC's most accomplished film graduates who are present progressively working. All right, they are in a field which is directly related to what they took up in the discipline of film or video or digital content creation. Nangangahulugan, ang ating symposium today is to give you an insight of the kind of world that you will face the moment you graduate. Now, these are such extraordinary situations that we are living in right now, as could be attested by the fact that we are doing this online. And it looks like it's going to be like this for still quite some time until we gradually slither back to the world of the normal. So today, I am introducing 4 of our most accomplished, kita mo yung day na accomplished graduates, because they have succeeded not only in penetrating the industry, but at the same time able to adjust and adapt to the needs of the present situation. So without much further ado, let me introduce the 4 of them. All right, I'll start with the thorn among the roses. All right, Dane Hinkel, okay, Bernardine Hinkel, was one of my students in my earliest years of being a consultant of film. And Dane is presently, Dane, where are you working right now? Can you give your item, please? What is your job and what company are you affiliated with?
I'm currently an Associate Creative Director for Digital Content in TVWA Santiago Mangada Puno, but I'm under their in-house production, which is called House Everything. Yeah.
So in other words, Dane is actually now an Associate Creative Director for an in-house production. Mamaya papaliwanag ni Dane ko anong ibig sabihin ng in-house production niya. At saka yung nature ng trabaho niya. Now, next is what we have is a relatively fresh graduate pa rin siya, because the moment he graduated from film, okay, from Benilde Film, he went straight to finish his master's, okay, in cinematography. Okay, he took up his MA in cinematography in the US. Okay, and this is one of my favorite little boys who's now daddy material. Okay, Jaig de Guzman. Jaig.
Hi.
Jaig, what is your present position right now? What work are you involved with right now?
So I'm a junior director at Arcade Film Factory, which is a production company basically for digital content. So, yep.
Okay, so we have Jaig, who is a junior director. I mean, he's a fresh graduate. He finishes MA in cinematography, and I am twisting his arm so that he may be able to teach here in Benilde pretty soon. All right. Then, okay, if we have a junior director, we have somebody who graduated. Ewan ko ilang taon na bang gumraduate itong mokong na to. Medyo hindi naman ganun katagalan dahil nasa CSB na ako. Chairman na yata ako nung gumraduate ka, hindi ba? Alright. So kung chairman, must be about 4 years. 4 years ago? 5 years ago. Alright. He is one of the most in-demand NACs okay, commercial directors in the country today, and one of the youngest. And he's also an occasional actor. Okay, in some digital content material. This is Johann Alcantara. Johann, hi.
Hi everyone. Hello, hi Dirk.
Johann, you are exclusively doing commercials, right, in digital content, right?
Yes, but I seldom do music videos then. But yeah, my bread and butter is TV and digital commercials.
Are you connected with any company or are you a freelancer?
I used to be part of Go Motion Production, which is like a production company. But right now, I'm on my 3rd year of being a freelance.
Okay, so he's now a freelancer. So you have achieved that kind of stature to be able to go freelance. All right. Wow. All right. And then finally, okay, somebody who is into film. Okay. All right. I'm so happy that there is somebody who's really into film. Okay. He is a filmmaker. When I came in, he was at the tail end, okay, of his studies. Okay, so I think he graduated under Maley, right? Mark Maley was your chairman, all right? Mark Maley was still the chairman at the time that he graduated, but he is now working with Black Sheep, which is the ancillary production of ABS-CBN Studios. He has won, okay, for his short film. For the inconvenience, okay?
Sorry for the inconvenience.
Sorry for the inconvenience, okay? And he is now one of the junior honchos, okay, of Black Sheep. Okay, this is Carl Chavez. Carl, can you say hi and explain what is your job right now?
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. So of course, I'm a freelance producer and director, but currently, I'm affiliated in ABS-CBN Films Black Sheep. So I'm the head of film marketing in ABS-CBN Films Black Sheep.
Alright, mamaya papa-explain natin kung anong ibig sabihin niyan, what it means to be a director, what it means to be a creative director, and what it means to be in the marketing department of a company as big as ABS-CBN and Black Sheep. Alright, okay, umpisahan natin kay Dane. Dane, i-trace ka natin ang career history mo. Paano ka nagsimula? I mean, ano yung pinagdaanan mo bago mo na-achieve yung position mo ngayon being associate creative director?
Well, actually, direct nag-start ako sa ABS-CBN from mga 6 years ago, but I stayed there mga 1 year lang. Tapos, under ako ng TV productions sa game show department. So, part ako ng The Voice Kids and other game shows ng ABS-CBN. Then after that, a year later, lumipat na ako, tapos nag-post ka actually sa Benilde Film group page na sabi mo may naghahanap ng young graduates from Benilde Film na willing gumawa ng mga short films for a production for an in-house production under an agency. So nag-email ako dun sa binigay mong email address, and that's Marcy, my former boss na pamangkin ni Direct Joey. So ayun, from there I'm 5 years now sa TBWA. I started as a production manager, although yung naging nature ng work ko ay nag-branch out na eventually dun sa 5 years na yun. So just actually this year, I was promoted to Associate Creative Director for Digital Content na.
So in other words, in a span of 5 years with one diversion of the career path, you were able to achieve the position of associate creative director. Okay. So she started out as a production manager and is now the associate creative director of Tibwa, which is one of the most dynamic, okay, and the creative agencies in the country. Now, ikaw naman, Johann, how did you start? I mean, can you trace from the time you graduated from Benilde Film all the way to the fact that now you are directing films, directing commercials?
Okay. When I graduated back in 2016, syempre clueless pa ako in life. So parang I wanted to be a lot of things. I wanted to be a graphic designer. I wanted to be a photographer. Pero in film, like what Direk said, I also do acting. But for me the path going to the director position is nagkaroon ng, after I graduated 2016, mga July yon. Tapos may 6 months ako to figure out my life. And then the first day of January, there's this company called Go Motion Production. They're a production house na they parang medyo mid-tier production house sila when it comes to TV and digital production. And then they made this small lean-in team. So gumawa sila ng parang bagong experimental team nila, which is called Playhouse Studio. So when I applied, syempre you can't apply naman as a director na pag tinanong ka, ano pong gusto mo ano pong ina-applyan mo, director, you can't have that you can't have that description kasi parang gustong palitan na yung mga tao doon, ganun level. So they made this we had this position na tawag niya video designer. So technically, you write until you release the material. Ikaw lahat gagawa nun. Kailangan marunong ka from writing to pitching to the client to shooting the material to editing, color grading, picking out the score to color grading to export until then. So thankfully naman I was a video designer from 2017. And within 6 months, medyo na-convert naman nila ako as an in-house director dahil medyo pambibo tayo dun sa loob. So medyo nakalusot naman yung attitude natin. And then from there, I saw when I kind of feel confident na meron na akong a little bit of network with clients and agencies, I decided to go back to freelancing November 2019. And the pandemic happened. But thankfully, nag-pick up naman is yung industry, and right now, I'm still doing freelance stuff.
Wow. Okay, marami tayong natutunan sa, hindi ba, doon sa ilang paragraph na sinabi ni Johann, hindi Hindi ba, Dane? Okay. Unang-una, ang sabi niya, ang kanyang pag-advancement, kutsa, ang galing niyang umepal. Okay, hindi ba? Ang galing niyang pumapel. Okay? Dahil sa kanyang art of being maepal, okay, na-convince sila na i-permanent na siya, bigyan na siya ng post. Pero ang pinaka-importante sinabi ni Johann, which everybody, I guess they have to catch on, is you're not supposed to be good just in one thing. You should be good at everything. Okay? Yan ang challenge sa new graduates ngayon. It's not enough that you're good at one area. You have to be good in everything because you are a one-man show. Hindi ba? You are literally a one-man show. You must know how to write. You must know how to direct. You must know how to shoot. You must know how to edit. You must know how to color grade. And then, like what Carl is doing, you must know how to market it. Okay, so in other words, dapat alam mo lahat. And that is why we're giving you this training in Benilde Film. Now, puntahan naman natin ngayon si Carl. Carl, I've always thought you were gonna be a filmmaker. There's a diversion of sorts. Hindi ba? All of a sudden, you are behind the scene and you're more into producing. Could you explain your journey? How did you, from college, what happened to you? What were the things that you went through?
Parang ang bigat nung what happened to me.
Oh, hi! Okay.
No, I was just kidding. So, actually, sir, way back in Benilde, we had, di ba, before we had this class na parang demo fest where we organize a film festival, and I think that springboarded my career in film because I've met a lot of filmmakers way back then. We were exposed by Ed Cabagnot in Cinema Region in Cagayan de Oro, so we were blessed to to meet a lot of filmmakers all around the Philippines. And then from there, sir, yun nga, I have to do my thesis short film. So ginawa ko yon, and then after that I submitted it to local film festivals and international film fest. And then yun, sir, I've met also more filmmakers there, and then parang being the pokpok in me, no? Kasi parang what I've learned in Benilde is that there's no space for you to be mahiyain or else you'll not make it talaga sa industry, di ba? Yun yung natutunan ko talaga sa Benilde film. So yun, I reached out to a lot of filmmakers, even though they're seniors. I asked, slots na, to be a PA kahit walang bayad. Sabi ko, I'm willing to work with you for 6 months without pay. I know it's bad, but but I think that's the only way for me to be in the industry. Yun, sir. Tapos from there, I was given opportunities to be a writer for Dan Villegas, assistant director, and then yun po. And then I went to Ricky Lee writing workshop. Then there I met filmmakers, which luckily po nag-produce ako ng short film and then feature-length film ng batchmates ko of Kiri Dalena and Rod Marmol. So from there, sir, but while I'm doing that, I'm touring, my short films to different festivals. Sorry for the inconvenience. So parang after my thesis film, I made my first short film as a graduate na after. So yun, sir, sinabit ko siya sa festivals, and then parang yun yung naging passport ko also to scholarships. So I was able to be trained in Yogyakarta in Indonesia for film, Korea and ASEAN Filmmakers Incubator. And then from there, I won the scholarship for Asian Film Academy in Busan, South Korea. So I was able to be trained as a director in Busan. So there, sir, parang daming, actually ang hirap siya ikwento because every year parang I was just everywhere trying a lot of things. And I agree, sir, na parang being a filmmaker or like a film graduate, you have to know everything before you know something. Parang kumbaga parang before mag-culminate yung career mo into, I want to be a director, I want to be a producer. You have to try everything, I think. From being a PA, from being assistant wardrobe to, assistant ng someone. You have to go through that before, you'll discover yourself in the industry. Yun, sir. Tapos, yun, while I'm developing my feature film, pandemic happened. So being a freelance, everything was stopped. Then yun, I got an offer from ABS-CBN Films na kung game daw ako to be a film marketer. And being a producer, sir, kasi diba you have to think of that. And I think when I was exposed in the industry, ang kulang talaga is the film marketing aspect. Because I think the industry already knows from development stage to pre-production to production to post. Magaling tayo dyan. But I think what's missing is how we market it. That's why, may decline sa attendance to cinemas. So I was really curious on, and parang I want to grab the challenge kasi parang ako kahit minsan di ko alam, go lang ako ng go. Sabi ko, fake it till you make it. So I said yes. I said dun sa Black Sheep, I don't know anything, but I think I have the heart and the passion to do it. Sir, I'm already 1 year dito sa Black Sheep, 1 year and 3 months. So baptism of fire talaga. Pagkapasok ko, I handled multiple projects. Stranger, Fangirl. so sabi ko, okay, this is what I've learned from Benilde Film. No? Parang bawal mahiya, bawal ang pabebe. You have to fight. You have to fight or else, di ba, wala mangyayari sa career mo. So yun sir. I think that's how I...
You know what, Carl, you said a mouthful. Let me just summarize this before we proceed. Okay? Unang-una, tama yung sinabi mo, you have to have your hands dirty. Hindi ba? Hindi ka papasok sa industry na gusto mo maging director. Hindi ba? Hindi ba? Because being a director is a culminating reward for going through a really vicious process. Because a director doesn't know, you just don't direct. You must know an entire production. Hindi ba? And that's why a director must know cinematography, editing, blah, 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 because you orchestrate all these elements. Ikalawa, napaka-importante yung sinabi ni Carl. Alam nyo, tapos na ang mga maliligayang araw ng mga pabebe. Hindi ba? Kung ikaw ay pabebe at pa-sweet-sweet ka, walang mangyayari sa karir mo. Okay? Because it's not because the career is vicious, but then you have to be upfront with what you want. Okay? And then, a third important point that Carl raised, okay, which is the common denominator between Dane and Johann and Carl is that kung kailangan, you're endlessly learning. Okay? You're endlessly learning. Hindi nangangahulugan na pag-graduate mo sa Benilde Film, alam mo na lahat. Di ba? Hindi. Kasi paglabas mo sa world, you will realize na ang dami mo pang hindi alam na hindi naman pwedeng ituro lahat sa confines ng eskwela dahil every production is different from one another. And another thing which is very important na minention ni Carl, two more things pala is, God, you have to be ambitious. You have to be ambitious and your ambition must be accompanied by learning. And then lastly, ang pinakamagandang contribution ni Carl, may katuturan ng pagiging pokpok. Okay? May katuturan ng pagiging, your eagerness, okay, to get into anything even if it looks like a suicide attempt. Okay? Because you either do or you die. Okay? And if you die, there'll always be a next life. Okay? So, Carl got to where he is right now because he was eager, enthusiastic, and he was brave. Okay, and I call that, Carl, yung creative pokpocation. Okay, which is already an art. Okay, which is creative pokpocation. All right. Now, may binanggit si Carl tungkol sa marketing. Alam nyo, guys, well, may plano kasi rin ng Benilde na to come up with a specific course on film business. All right. So, in other words, ang specialization mo is to be a producer. So you will be taught film business, which includes marketing, distribution, and the likes. That's in the process, which is a long-range plan na hopefully Benilde can come up with, okay, para yes, Miss Tina, kasi Carl, our latest recruit sa film is Tina Tobongwanwa of Viva Max, okay, of Viva Films, teaching us film business. Okay, so ang ganda, together with, the legendary, iconic Madonna Tarayo, hindi ba? So with those people in, with those people in the fold, you really got a good program in the making. Now, let's ask somebody who immediately after he graduated decided to study some more. Okay? Talaga bang ayaw niyang only sa classroom o ano ba ang dahilan niya kung bakit ganon? Okay? Jaig, John Craig, Ribo de Guzman, Can you tell us your journey? Bakit pakatapos mong gumraduate, nag-uusap tayo, I found out na ilang kayo kasi na dumiretso sa masters, hindi ba? Another,
Yep.
I mean, yeah, there is another one who also left and did his masters, okay? Who's doing his masters in University of Toronto. All right. So, but ikaw muna, Jaig, can you tell us your decision? So, why did you go into graduate school immediately after graduation?
So, ako ata yung pinaka like anti-pokpok dito. Like I'm one of the most shy, one of the more shy people dito sa like panel. But yun, I found my parang inner calling maging cinematographer director through yung basically masters kasi I was lost kumbaga for like a couple of months, like 6 months after I graduated Benilde, which I think will happen for most of you. but we still yeah, if not all. Pero yun, parang you just have to find ways to get in. Kasi ang hirap, no? Kasi for me, what I really wanted and what I am strong at, kumbaga, yung sa cinematography and directing. So, because I graduated my film production degree from Full Sail this year actually. So almost 2 years yung film production degree ko. Then my specialization was both directing and cinematography. So once I got that down, parang I don't know, because of that effect, when I got back here, parang people started asking me, Jaig, hey, you wanna join a production company? You wanna whatnot, and you wanna collaborate and whatnot. I was like, what is happening? Literally, that's what happened. I'm not the type to like open up to people, pero parang na-realize ko because I was very adamant getting my goal, kumbaga. Meme to, pero parang, focus on your goal, basically. Parang ganun. So I really focused on that, na parang hard-headed ako. I dabbled into so many stuff din. Sinabi ni Carl, sinabi ni Johann, na parang I dabbled into everything. Sound, camera, editing, coloring. Like, for the most part of my film life from 5 years ago, I've been doing everything by my own. Like literally my thesis film in Benilde, I did 6 different roles on it, which is crazy. So parang it comes with hard work din eh, no? That work ethic. It's way different kung you're a more introverted person. Definitely. Mananotice yung work mo kung like if you are good at what you do. It's really different. So
Jake, even when you were a student, one thing I noticed is you were really focused very much so in being a cinematographer, right?
Yep.
That was why I was yeah, because that was what you were, that was what you were good at doing. And then you did your thesis film. Oh, by the way, Jaig is from Tacloban. Okay.
Yep.
So his thesis film was about the disaster brought about by Yolanda. Okay. And he shot it in Tacloban.
Gusto ko gawin feature actually direct. Pero yung feature, like I swear, like it could easily be expanded on.
Yeah, it's about a girlfriend who died, okay, during the Yolanda flood, okay. And I was really surprised that all of a sudden that when you went abroad and then now you're dabbling into directing and the likes. I think one thing that Jaig made mention, which again is echoed by everybody, is that you just can't be one thing in this business right now. Okay, you have to be good at everything, or you should know everything, or a little bit of everything, before you find out what it is that you really, really, really want to do. Okay? Now, isa-isahin ko ulit sa kanila, no? Okay? Dane, kung meron kang natutunan sa Benilde na pinakikinabangan mo ngayon, ano yun? Huwag mong banggitin si Jaig Garcia, okay? Sige. Ano yun?
Hello, Sir Jaig. Well,
Teka mga, bago ka sumagot, Dane, okay,
Sige, sige.
magpa-comment muna ako. Alam niyo, children, itong si Dane, naalala ko yung season ng thesis defense nila. Inabutan mo ba ito, Carl, si Dane? Hindi. Inabutan.
Inabutan, sir.
Itong bruhang babaeng ito, nasa lahat ng thesis project. Okay? Nag-production siya sa lahat ng thesis project na ang napabayaan nila yung thesis nila.
Actually, that's true.
Kasi nga, kayo magpapalabas nung kasi dati guys, pag meron thesis, yung thesis defense, nasa cinema tayo, punong-puno yung cinema, pinapanood yung mga pelikula. Tuwing lalabas yung ko, si Dane na naman, si Dane na naman. Sa siguro sa isang araw, 6 na projects kasama si Dane. Okay? Dane, yung ba natutunan mo na talaga, sa SDA cinema na hindi ka matutulog talaga. What did you learn? Anong pinaka-biggest learning mo? Aside from Jaig Garcia.
Well, actually, pinakatunan ko sa Benilde na nadala ko sa lahat ng trabaho ko actually is yung hindi ka pwede talaga stuck sa isang sa isang role lang. Really have to explore everything, kahit yung audio, kahit yung sound, kasi there will be moments in your career, at least lalo na kung parang palipat-lipat ka or paiba-iba yung nature ng work mo, na you have to master at least parang lahat or at least be knowledgeable about everything kasi darating talaga sa point na parang you will have to rise to the occasion na shit, kailangan ko to gawin kasi nobody else knows how to do this. So
That's
parang,
you, Dane.
yeah.
That's you. Even as a student, that's you. Okay, go ahead.
So ayun, kasi lalo na especially sa nature ng work ko right now sa advertising. So we were tasked to do everything, lahat ng kaya namin gawin. So sometimes pinapadala kami sa isang certain region in the Philippines, tas 3 lang kami. So we have to juggle different roles. So kailangan yun talaga yung natutunan ko sa Benilde, lalo na kasi lahat tinuro, even yung sa mga events, 'di ba? So parang ayun, na kailangan mo talaga, dapat alam mo talaga lahat or at least you're willing to learn to do it para and you really have to parang to at least love it kasi pag hindi mo siya gusto wala, yung buong araw na yun nung nagtatrabaho ka, galit ka lang dun sa ginagawa mo and it won't come out good. Hindi maganda yung yung output mo at all. So ayun.
Hindi, ang tawag mo, sabi mo ikaw ay Associate Creative Director. Ano ba talaga yung trabaho ng isang Associate Creative Director? Paliwanag mo nga sa children.
Actually, natatawa ko kasi feeling ko pa lang to experimental pa lang to. Kasi I think this is the first time na, second time na parang may promote sila to Associate Creative Director na from production, not from the actual creatives ng agency itself. But nung tinanong ko sa nila, ano ba talaga yung role ko, sabi nila, just keep doing what you're doing right now. But, mas maraming projects. But yung ginagawa na Associate Creative Director ngayon, maliban pa sa mas marami akong projects, nakikipag-collaborate and brainstorm na ako with other creatives. Mas marami akong client interface na moments. So lahat, yung buong project from start to finish, hindi lang basta yung production itself or yung execution itself, but from the start of the idea to executing it, kasama na ako. And meron akong say, technically, sa every aspect. Pwede akong mag-suggest, brainstorming levels pa lang, about a certain idea sa isang gagawin naming advertisement. So from there, hanggang sa dulo, kasama na ako. So that's my job, I think.
Dane, katanungan, may working hours ba yan o bahala na si Batman?
My working hours. My working hours, but ayun, marami talagang times and kasi may sinusunod, at least sa advertising industry, may sinusunod na deadlines, may mga target release kasi meron silang mga first quarter, second quarter na mga mga advertisement materials na kailangan nang i-release or else hindi naaabot. Kasi may mga seasonal stuff din like for Christmas, for Halloween, for Valentine's Day, everything, Mother's Day, Father's Day. So lahat yun kailangan umabot. So ayun. So darating talaga sa point na paspasan yung halos isang buong linggo, walang matutulog, walang uuwi sa inyo, yung ganon. Especially before pandemic. So dumarating talaga sa point na yun. So parang flexible hours, I think.
Oo, kinukwento kasi my nephew used to be Dane's boss, right? Hindi ba?
Yes.
But then they were saying, no, Lem, it's not exploitation. That's advertising. And when you work, alam mo, Iho, kung gusto mo ng 9 to 5 job, mag-accounting ka. Okay? Huwag kang mag-media. Okay? Kung gusto mong gumawa ng pelikula, okay, hindi ba Carl, even on the IATF level sa quarantine, ang maximum number of hours is 14 straight hours of work. Okay, na kung gusto mong 8 hours of work, suggest ko, maski nursing, hindi ganyan, di ba? Mag-accounting ka kaya. Okay, kung hindi ka mag-accounting, mag-online benta ka ng pichi-pichi o kare-kare. Okay? That way, okay, mas kontrolado mo ang oras mo, Lem. Pati kung to, okay, ang exploitation daw. Okay, next. All right. Hindi, mahal ko itong si Lem. Okay. Ikaw naman, Carl, tanungin ko sa iyo, Carl. Okay. Ano natutunan mo? Okay? At ano natutunan mo sa ano? At ano natutunan mo sa Benilde maliban kay Jaig Garcia at kay Haika Ignacio Serrano? Anong natutunan?
Pili ko yung besides being a pokpok, no, yung yung
doon mo natutunan
nila
yan sa Benilde.
Oo, sa Benilde.
Okay. Alright.
yung saying na you're only good as your last work, no?
Okay.
Kasi parang sa Benilde, I don't know the curriculum now, no, pero dati kasi almost every day we need to deliver a lot of stuff, no. We need to shoot, we need to create something. So parang kami as a batch, I would say we're very competitive.
Sobra kayo. Oh, go ahead. Oh.
We're really competitive in a sense na pag may nag-4, magkakaingitan. Kasi I remember Jaig has this exercise, di ba, sa Digifilm 1. Oh, ayan, shoutout na kita, Jaig. yung 4 or 0 na project, yung parang di sa mo pa what the fuck ka na lang, bakit ako na 0? I've been working hard for this for almost 2 days. Tapos parang isi-0 lang ako. So you'll be more hungry that time, no? Parang kami pag na-0 kami, di ba? Kasi may mga leaderboard noon. So parang pag nag-4 yung kabilang barkada, kami parang, kailangan maggalingan natin. Magtalon-talon tayo from one building to another. So that's how we're very competitive in the sense na ang saya niya lang nung atmosphere na nung batch namin na parang we'll just be at the 12th floor tapos talking about stuff. Minsan magiinuman kami sa labas and discuss things. So parang yun. I think yung tutunan ko yun nga, you're only good as your last work and then being competitive. And siguro last is film is not just work. It's really passion and what hindi ka magsa-survive if you don't really want this. If you just want, to be famous or be rich, I think this industry is not for you. It's really more on, I don't know, the passion in you eh. Parang kumbaga, if you don't enjoy this, di ba, tama Sir Joey, accounting ka na lang, pinakaling pichi-pichi or something. Because before, lagi sa amin sinasabi ni Jaig yan. Parang, shift na, mag-shift na dyan. So kami parang, hindi pwede to. Kaya namin patunayan kay Jaig. We'll be in film industry and we'll make a name. Paglabas namin dito. So I think we use that being competitive to where we are now. So true enough, some of my friends in our batch, yun nga, sila Chad, sila Ives, they're in the industry already. So ako, yun, I think yun yung natutunan ko sa Benilde.
Oo nga, imagine si Chad, very successful yung kanyang series, di ba? One of the successful series in ABS-CBN. At naalala ko lagi noon kasi si Chad lagi kong, di ba, sabi ko, punyenta ka, Chad, ha? Sabi ko, pelikula ka, wag ka mag-TV. Sabi ko, magpelikula ka, putya, nag-TV pa rin, ano? Pero at least successful, extremely successful yung kanyang series going on, okay? So ang sabi naman ni Carl, it's the whole idea of competitiveness, okay? It's the whole idea of competitiveness, but it's a healthy competition. Alam mo, Carl, nakakalungkot dahil online na nami-miss out yung mga batang to. Ang saya-saya natin sa SDA.
Yes.
Ang saya-saya, the networking, hindi ba? The networking.
Andun ang drama.
Oo.
Andun ang drama.
Kasi kung nasa bahay tayo, nasa kahon tayong ganito, ang corny ng drama natin, hindi ba? Hindi. Saka, that's how I wish these guys, before they graduate, they experience the kind of this electric relationship that we have in my backdrop. Okay? Na talagang ang saya. At saka, Carl, aminin mo, ang daming networking na nagaganap. Dahil yung mga kaklase mo ang magiging katrabaho mo. Di ba? Yes. Din, ilang kayong lumipat sa Tibwa? Naalala ko, alam ko, ikaw na lang yata natira ron. Ano? May natira
Dalawa na lang kami ni Han. ni Han
Kasi si
Marcelino.
Han pa
Dito pa
naiwan.
din siya, yes.
Oo,
Pero I remember 5 kami, and then 2 years later, sumunod si Ira and
Oo.
si Kyle.
Oo,
Ayun.
oo. Si Kyle Chu. Wala na rin si Kyle Chu ngayon.
Wala. Ayaw niya na daw sa advertising.
Okay. Okay, kasi ang galing din ni Kyle, ang galing din ni Han.
Yes.
Galing yan si Kyle. Okay. Ikaw naman, Johann. Johann, ano ang natutunan mo? Ang tawag ko dito si El Poge eh. Ano ang natutunan mo okay sa sa Benilde na ngayon ay nagagamit mo sa iyong trabaho? Maliban sa charming. Go.
Gayahin ko lang si Carl direct. Shoutout ko lang kay Sir Jaig na ayaw akong patipatin sa film dati. Ayaw i-process yung transfer ko sa film from PB. Hi, Sir Jaig.
Talaga? Okay.
Ganyan po yan. Anyway.
Direct naghahanap na kasi yan ng madaling course.
Sabihin mo ngayon kay Jack. Ano ngayon? Sige, go ahead. Kwento mo nga yung nangyari sa buhay mo.
So sir, yung pinaka natutunan ko siguro sa Benilde film is yung number 1 is yung vulnerability and number 2 yung adaptability.
Okay.
Kasi being in the industry for 5 years now, para siyang klase. Imagine mo you're in a class na parang from one class to another, palipat-lipat ka. Yung nagiging ka-production mo, iba-iba din. Yung needs, yung kailangan ng panahon, iba-iba din. Lalo na nung nag-pandemic, kung hindi ka vulnerable, kung hindi ka adaptable sa nangyayari, mababaliw ka na lang ka magde-direct through Zoom. Paano ka magde-direct ng from 100 people on set to limiting it to 3 people on set, di ba? How would you do the logistics? Again, like what Direct Showy said kanina, directing is just about, pare, meron akong concept dito, putang ina maganda. That's it, I'm a director. No. You think, especially when you're advertising, you plan. Ilang tao ba yung, sino dun sa, from 100 people, sino dun yung 3 taong pipiliin ko para makapunta dun sa set na magiging core ng material. Guys, we are shooting TV commercials with 3 people. Inside the house at my celebs. and nasa Zoom. So makatikatingpet ko nang nasa Zoom ako habang nagde-direct ako ng celebrity kids, may food and all that stuff, di ba? And like what like yung shooting hours natin ngayon, 14 is the max, tapos 12 hours is the pag nag-pre-light ka, 12 hours is the maximum. So yeah, back in Benilde film, mga class nila Direct Joey, nila Miss Madonna, you get to kahit sabi mo may core friends ka, may mga times na nag-group ka sa ibang groups or mga lower batch kayo. Siyempre, pag higher batch ka, alta-alta ka, yung pros kadini sa'yo, di ba? May mga ganong tayong drama.
Pero ka naman nakagrupo na talagang tiniis mo na lang at gusto mong patain?
O hindi si Anderson ko yun, ha? Hindi si Anderson. Mahal namin lahat si Anderson ko. Wala naman ako sa gano'n. Pero yung ganun direct, yung being adaptable. And kasi, for example, for certain groups, hindi ka naman pwede ko, director lang ako dahil dito ako director, ha? Kasi sometimes, ikaw yung mapupunta dun sa editing, ikaw yung mapupunta dun sa So yeah, I think the two more important stuff that I learned talaga is adaptability and being vulnerable. That's number 1. Sorry, mas una yung kailangan vulnerable ka bago ka maging adaptable.
Okay, very good. Then naaalala ko, may binanggit sa mga pangalan na talagang nag-flashback sa amin ni Jaig yung kanilang, naalala ba yun, Dane? Naalala mo? Kasi alamat yung estudyanteng yon, alamat. Na hanggang sa araw na ito, kilala mo yung Carl? Yung hindi mo na now later, pero alamat siya. Na hanggang gumuho ang SDA, hindi makakalimutan ng estudyanteng yan. Yan at saka si Moses Kim, naalala niyo yung Koreano, nakasintanda ng building, ayaw pang gumraduate. Okay? Dahil si Moses Kim, okay? Na inabutan mo yung Jaig, inabutan mo, I'm sure freshman ka, inabutan ng ilang henerasyon. Okay? Dahil kay Moses Kim, naging stricto ang MRP ng SDA, alam nyo ba? Yung maximum residency. Dahil si Moses Kim, wala nung binindisyonan yung building, nandoon na, hanggang nag-10 years na nandoon pa rin. Okay? Hanggang nagsuspechas na kami na, teka muna, may lihim yata itong Koreanong to. Sabi namin, hindi pa uso ang sabi. Yes, totoo yan. Andun na siya. Andun na si Moses Kim. Ang feeling namin espiya siya ng Korean government to develop Hallyu. Hindi ba? Tinitingnan yung ginagawa. Alright? Now, ikaw naman, Jay. Okay, ikaw naman, Jay. Oo nga. May tuwalya lagi si Moses Kim. Naalala. God, you see children, pag kunyari talagang kaiba-iba kayo, sa pa rin yung ating my favorite, I'm sorry Johann, my personal favorite, si Anderson ko. Okay?
Anderson ko.
Personal favorite ko yan. Dahil yung kanyang thesis, at saka nakita ko isang short film niya, hanggang sa araw na kunin na ako uli ni Lord, hindi ko makakalimutan. Okay? Because of his obsession for toilets. Hindi ba? So I really, I will never forget him. All right. Kung naman Jaig, what did you learn? You're the most recent. You're the youngest. You're the youngest baby in this group. What did you learn best about from Benilde film?
So, natutunan ko actually, like, the first thing I really got from Benilde is yung humility. Kasi, well, when I got in, I was a transferee from LaSalle. So when I got into film sa Benilde, sinabi ko sa sarili ko, shit, I'll be a hotshot, you know, I'll be director, whatever. Pero shit, you know, a whole lot of people are better than you. That's all I can say. Like, you know, you gotta learn the ropes. You have to really just dig in and learn from all of these masters like Direct Joey, si Jaig, you know, all these people from Benilde film. They're there to help you. Then parang really, like, yan yung pinaka number one stereotype na kita ko sa Benilde. Parang walang humility ng mga tao sometimes. Parang everyone's just so competitive at some point na parang, you know, everyone just wants to one up each other, na nawawaling learning, kumbaga, ng iba. Others cannot learn because they want to just one up. I'm the better director. I'm the better cinematographer. You know, pero yun, parang sa akin, what I learned there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna be who I am, basically as a person. I'm not gonna dive in talaga sa culture, pero I'm learning under everyone else. I'm learning outside. I'm learning within the school. Yeah, yan yung pinaka thing na natutunan ko for someone who's introverted. Parang ganun. I guess that's a perspective you can see from me, basically, na parang, you know, you have to learn talaga. Number one talaga yan. You're not just some, wow, I'll change the world, I'm Bong Joon-ho or something. You know, I'm not Steven Spielberg. Agad-agad. Like, come on, man. Just, you have to learn. You really have to learn. You really do. Tapos yung sinabi nga ni Johann, yung adaptability nga. Parang right now, during the pandemic, I'm literally home in Tacloban to shoot an ad. Kasi may night shoot na kailangan, may shoot na kailangan night. And I'm shooting at my brother's room. Na I don't have any restrictions kasi I'm in Tacloban. I can shoot at night from like 8 p.m. to like whatever time. So, yun, parang, no, kasi gusto nila horror yung idea. So, parang adaptability is just different. So, I'm at my home right now.
Are you in Tacloban right now, Jaig?
Yeah, I'm in Tacloban right now. This is my room in Tacloban.
So, I mean, well, yeah, the conditions are relatively looser in Tacloban than it is here in Manila.
Super loose.
Right?
Like, MGCQ, wala. Like, almost normal. Like, it's different. It is very different here. A different world for sure.
Okay, all right. So
Yep.
I'll get back to that since you already broached the idea of adjusting to the pandemic. Okay, uunahin ko muna yung pinakamadugo. Okay, istorbohin kita. Pucha, ano ba pagdurusang pinagdadaanan natin sa pelikula dahil sa lecheng pandemic na ito? Ano ang pagkakaibang naganap sa buhay natin?
I think I remember that day, March 15, no? 'Di ba? I think na yun yung day na ilalak na lahat. Tapos parang yung mga friends ko na filmmakers, parang unang saya pa namin, yes, more time to write. Yes, ganyan. Tapos, I remember, sabay-sabay sa mga producers, sabay-sabay, nagme-message na yung mga film workers, siguro mga March 16 or 17 na ubos na po yung pera namin, wala na po kaming pangkain. So, that was the time na, yun nga, parang, oh my God, hindi tayo mag-work on our own projects. We have to help people. So parang yun, that's where, you know, our initiative started. So yun nga, pero parang ang dami po talaga nangyari. It's not just, you know, the industry level na parang the business itself, but also how to empower the film workers. 'Di ba? Kasi parang as you grow old sa industry, you'll get to realize na, 'di ba, sa school you're very conscious about your work, 'di ba? Your short films, your thesis, 'di ba? That's what I explained kanina, we're very competitive. But feeling ko as you grow old in the industry, you'll learn that you you have the power to change it. I wish medyo may pagka-Messiah complex, but you have your own ways to change it. So para sometimes you have to share yourself to others. So parang yun nga, parang sinantabi talaga namin yung business muna. It's just that like just focus on empowering the film workers. Kasi pag bumalik tayo sa industriya at gutom tong mga to, baka wala na tayong datnan. And true enough, when people started shooting na medyo nag-ease na yung quarantine protocols, nasi-share yung mga filmmakers na parang, oh my God, dumating yung gaffer ko, may grab bag dun sa ano niya. Tapos we were just, very, very sad na parang kami, mga producers, filmmakers, we're very privileged that, kinaya namin ng ilang months. And sila, they found a way to, to make means and to survive. So parang yun lang yung na parang, it's really more on ang hirap. Parang it's really, we're scattered as an industry. Now, we have to be very focused on one thing, which is, empower the filmmakers, empower the film workers so that, after this shithole that we are in, when we slowly back to normal, kung may normal man, di ba? At least we're better creators, we're better film workers. And yun, feeling ko, yun yung key before we aspire to be the next Korean film industry. Yun din yung natutunan ko when I studied nga sa Korea. You have to empower the industry before we proceed on creating a lot of things. So yun, sir, I think yun yung naging challenge and yun yung na-discovery during the pandemic on my perspective.
Now, Carl, just a follow-up on that, because you are here for the film, representing the film industry. How bad was it hit? I mean, in terms of production output of one studio, which is the largest, like ABS-CBN production. How bad was it hit?
Pwede ko naman sabihin kasi nakikita nyo naman, diba? So before, Star Cinema and ABS-CBN Films produce, 2 movies a month. And now we're like everyone else. We're producing 1 to 2 movies a year per year.
Yeah.
And it's quite bad. It's really, really bad. Kasi I think what I've learned here in ABS is really like studio and free independent movie makers are almost the same. Now, parang it's equal. It's equal battlefield. Now it's for us to, how will we change it? Diba? Paano natin mamaneho tong kotse na to na walang gas? Diba? Para kumbaga, diba, ubus na tayo as film industry. So it's really, really bad, sir. Really, really bad.
It is, because I work for another company. I work for Regal. I'm a consultant for Regal. And the sad part is we have about 5 films in the can. And we don't know what to do with it. Because you know how weak it is when you go streaming, right? Streaming does not yield, a return of investment as much as a movie house being open. Tsaka Carl, hindi ba? Bukas nga 30%. Sino manonood? Hindi ba?
Yes.
Sino manonood, no? At saka at 30% capacity buksan mo movie house, paano ka kikita? Hindi ba? Hindi mo naman multiply ng 3 times yung screening hours, hindi ba, a day? So, it's a losing battle. Indeed, no? Mamaya babalikan kita, no? When we ask, my next question kasi later on is, what will it be? What is the new normal? After this devastation, hindi ba, Carl? Now we're doing television. My studio is affiliated with GMA. Hindi ba? Now we're not producing movies anymore. Because nga, sa magpapalabas. Hindi ba? Sabi nila, alam mo kakatawa, Dane, Jaig, at saka Johann, sabi nila, ay, benta nyo sa Netflix. As if, hindi ba? As if ganun kadali magbenta sa Netflix. Tsaka kinorner na ng Korea ang Netflix. Hindi ba? Kinorner na ng Korea ang talo. Okay? Anong laban mo sa Squid Games? Hindi ba? Anong laban mo sa mga, hindi ba? So, it's really, really benta sa Viva Max. Correct. Actually, magpipitch ako doon. Okay? It's bad. It's really, really bad. Okay, babalikan kita, Carla, mamaya. Then, kamusta ang advertising industry? Kwento mo, kayo ni Johann. You went to a black period din ba? Pero balita ko, mucho na kayo. Totoo ba yun?
Mahirap i-answer. Well, yung first yung first time na in-announce yung MECQ, actually pinipilit pa rin namin magtrabaho. Although yung creative side ng agency, pinag-work from home na sila kasi nga medyo may threat. Pero yung production, being yung nature natin ay mag-shoot, hindi natin afford na mag-work from home. So nung time na tumama yun, kailangan namin umuwi sa kanya-kanya naming bahay. So binitbit talaga namin lahat kasi meron din kaming post-production suite sa office namin. So lahat yun binitbit namin.
Inuwi niyo yung post-production suite?
Yes, inuwi namin. So ngayon, actually yung gamit ko ngayon, yun yung gamit namin pang edit. So lahat kami talagang nag-round trip kami pa uwi para lang. Kasi baka abutin na kami at sitahin na kami ng mga enforcers. But yung long-term effect niya, actually nagkaroon before, mga first few months nun, walang pumapasok na business at all kasi una sa lahat, even before pandemic, nagsara yung ABS-CBN. So that's another problem kasi mahirap, yung TVCs and stuff, yung mga kailangan i-produce for them. So baba na agad yun. So ang mas nag-rely na on digital and of course GMA and yung mga prints, billboards and stuff. So parang nung time na yon merong kaba na parang baka magkaroon ng retrenchment or magbabawas ng tao. Kasi that's the natural thing to do. But thankfully, wala silang tinanggal sa amin. Although fees higher kami and walang raise na makukuha, yung mga ganong stuff. But ayun, maintain naman nila. Even yung mga ate and kuya namin, those who assist us, yung mga utility guys namin, yung company namin made it a point not to lose anyone during the pandemic. So that yun naman yung magandang part nung na nangyari. But in terms of production, shooting and stuff, sa advertising industry kasi may CPHG. So sa kanila kami sumusunod ng guidelines kung ano lang yung mga pwede at kailan lang kami pwede mag-shoot. So that's usually during GCQ or ngayon kasi may alert level na eh. Pero ngayon, ngayong this year, mas maluwag na. But sumusunod pa rin kami, like sa DOLE, bawal i-shoot ang mga bata. If ever na kailangan talaga mag-shoot, nakaka-stress kasi yung mga brands namin, mga pambata, like Alaska, it's a milk drink for kids. So parang paano kami hahanap ng mga talent na bata or parang Safer Kids, UNICEF. So it involves children again. So parang yun yung isa sa mga challenges na nahirapan kami kasi hahalakin kami ng DOLE, bawal mag-shoot ng bata or kung i-shoot namin sila, less than 8 hours at sa sarili nilang bahay. So, i-assist lang namin yung parents nila to shoot it. And if we need another person, like kunwari yung parang act as nanay, yung nanay na talaga, hindi na kami hahanap ng iba. So parang ganun siya. So ngayon, ang tricky is yung sa casting. Kailangan namin maghanap ng magnanay na marunong umacting or magtatay, magkaibigan, magkapatid na nasa iisang bahay na marunong umacting. So yun. And yung onset naman, yung nagbago in terms of dahil sa pandemic, syempre lesser people, dati less than 10. Ngayon parang kaya na hanggang 10 to 15. Depende din sa size ng studio or kung saan man mag-shoot. Pero meron kaming safety officer. Tapos siya yung kailangan naka-face mask, naka-face shield, tapos may social distancing sa set. So parang napakahirap nun kasi di ba sa production talagang kung ano man, saan mo kailangan pumunta to do things, dun ka. So may times na siksikan, lalo na pag food shots, andun yung DOP, andun yung cam ops, andun yung director, andun kayo lahat, yung food stylist. So parang ang hirap kasi biglang sisigaw yung safety officer, social distancing po. So parang kami, okay, layo-layo daw guys. So parang ganun. So yun, in terms of kung ano yung nagbago sa dynamics nung nagsimula na nag-pandemic, yun. And even yung post-production, mahirap na.
Bakit? Paano yun ba? Ano yung difficulties sa post-production?
Sa post-production kasi, usually, since in-house agency kami, directly as in, parang meron kaming suite na doon namin pinapa-preview yung works namin for comments and builds, ganyan. Pero ngayon, everything is online. So parang may mga miscom and stuff. Yung kulay, especially yung color grading, napakahirap kasi hindi calibrated lahat ng screens. Hindi pareho. So, sa advertising, sobrang maarte sila sa kulay. Especially brands. Kasi
Brand colors.
specific, yes, hex code color nung ano nila. So pag pinakita namin to, okay, this is an Alaska project ganyan video. So it is 30 seconds material. Tapos biglang, iba daw yung red. Sabi, ba't parang magenta yung reds? Parang kami, sa screen po namin, hindi. So parang yung mga ganun, parang, oh my God, paano natin to isi-solve? Pinapakita na namin sa kanila, ito talaga yun. At ito rin yung binigay nyo sa aming hex code. Ito yung binigay nyo sa aming assets nyo. Pero ayun, so ang daming ganung moments ngayon sa
Ang
pandemic.
hirap, nag-iba talaga ang dynamics, ano?
Yes, sobra.
Mamaya, babalikan kita in terms of number of people. Kasi hindi ba, Carl, maski naman sa pelikula, nabawasan ang number of people on the set. I remember when I was working with Star Cinema, mga 150 people on the set ng Star Cinema, hindi ba? Pag Regal kasi, mga 100 to 120. Ngayon, 50. Hindi ba? Ngayon, 50 people. Sa advertising ba, super bawas din ang number of people?
Super po. Bawas
direct.
na bawas talaga.
Ikaw naman, Johann, kwento mo nga anong pagduruso mo bilang isang direktor na pinagdaanan mo dahil sa pandemyang ito?
Yung kwento naman ni Dine, maganda siya kasi kwento ng parang in-house employee. Ako kasi, like what I told you guys kanina, parang November 2019, I decided to go back to freelancing. And hindi ko alam, meron lang pala akong 4 na buwan para mag-freelance bago mag-pandemya ulit. So, I was able to do, or masaya ako pa, freelance na ako. I got to work with different production houses, different mas mag-broaden yung network, yada. So, project ako in December, January, February, sabi, okay, this is the parang, I think hindi lang naman sa akin, parang I feel like for all of us, yung 2019, parang yun yung parang booster natin na we're all grinding, we're all hungry, na parang 2020 vision shit, come on. O, tangin na 2020 vision nga tayo, di ba? So from there, February, that's the last time, I didn't know na yung ginawa ko pala. So yung last project na ginawa ko noong February is a NOR project, food project siya, ng mga gumagalaw-galaw na food stuff and all. So, hindi ko alam na yun na pala yung huling project ko na uuwi ako ng 2 a.m. Yun na pala yung huling project ko na may kasama akong bata sa set. Yun na pala yung huling project ko na 100 kami sa set. Kahit food project lang yung ginagawa namin. And then, boom, March 15. So, yung March 15 na yon, may mga timetables na kami. Siyempre, mayabang ka, freelance. Mas technically, guys, pag nag-freelance kasi kayo, I mean, hindi naman always, no? Pero mas nagbo-broaden up yung opportunities kasi hindi ka na nalalock in one production house. You get bidded by different houses. You get to do kung kaya mo talaga tumawid sa TV, pwede mo isabay yung all that stuff. Wala ka ng break industry. So may mga naka-schedule, sabi namin, okay lang. March 15, 2 weeks lang yan. 2 weeks lang lockdown yan. Chill muna tayo. Tuloy pa yung mga meetings yan. Kaya pa natin sa meetings. Oh guys, pagbalik natin, ito na yung mga lalatag natin, balik-balik. Yung 2 weeks na yon, until October 22, 2021, nandito pa rin tayo sa 2 weeks na yun. So, nag-pause lahat. Kasi direct cancel po. Ang saya ko meron ako mga 5 days project. May 5 days shooting days, parang ganon. Alam niyo naman sa ads, tingnan natin, may pera talaga sa ads. So, yung 5 days na yun, ang laking bagay na nun for your shoot. So, parang 5 days, parang lahat cancel. Direct move natin yung timeline. Direct cancel muna, stop the car, yada. After yung first wave na yon, I was able to shoot again June na. So February, March, April, May, June. So para may 3 months ako na bakante, June ako nakapag-shoot. And the first thing that I shot then is the NOR commercial, yung ad ng Tinola, yung narrative, yung the pandemic Tinola, the kanya-kanya self.
Sa'yo pala yun, the pandemic Tinola?
Yes, the pandemic Tinola. Na hindi lang siya direct sa yung experience namin. Parang lahat kami, naninibago kami to, wait lang, tama na ba yung tono natin kasi pandemya? Tama ba yung tono? Tama ba yung sensitive enough ba tayo na ganito yung pagkakakwento natin? May mga ganong factors na hindi katulad dati. Oh, pasok yung Tinola. Good job, magiging NOR. Yes, okay, good job, guys. Pero ngayon, meeting pa lang. Magiging open ka to clients kasi even clients I usually work with Unilever people. So, may mga regional aspect pa yan, may mga ganong shit. You would tell them na parang, guys, are we hitting the right tone? Hence, may nagkaroon ng ads, di ba, lately na medyo tremending sa ating lahat. But from there, yun yung mga naging number one is yung parang tama ba yung tono. Number two is yung costing. I remember chinat ko si Direct Joey that time na parang, Direct, ang naguguluhan na kami mag-cost dito kasi yung mga clients, hindi sila ready sa product sa pandemic budget. Kasi guys, for example, kahit mag-shoot lang kayo I was being offered to shoot a music video 3 months ago, na parang sa akin, pag music video halos wala naman. So parang ako, okay lang ako at 5,000, 10,000 lang. Ang binibigyan lang sa akin na budget, 75,000. Pero yung, lang kami, limited na lang kami. Ang tao namin, parang 10 na lang. Sige, just to push. Yung pandemic budget namin, 200. Pandemic budget pa lang yon for all the testing, the protocols, and all this. So, saan mapupunta yung 75, di ba? So, wala talaga siya. So, yun, number one is the tone. Number two is yung costing na parang as a director, mas lumaki yung responsibility mo kasi Jaig knows this, si Carl nag-advent for a time today. Alam na pag nagko-costing kasi you plan out everything na, especially right now na parang to Dane's point, pag mag-shoot ka ng bata ngayon, tama, dapat nasa bahay ng bata, and then usually 2 people lang yun, 2 tao lang nasa bahay. Kung hindi, may kulong factor, may CHG factor, ganung level. That's may kulong factor siya. And again, we are shooting TV commercials. The most glamorous of them all. Hindi lang siya yung parang school project ko na pwede ako magpaka-art dito and all that. Ito kasi ang daming factors, may kliyente ka, may mga brand guidelines na sinusunod. Yun yung So, yung adaptability sa tao. Tapos, first time ko na-experience na direct, saan ka mag-shoot? Set or sa bahay? Parang ako, ha? Ako? Bahay? Di ba, set ako. Direct bawal kasi may bata tayo. 2 lang. Ipapadala lang natin doon ay yung ating cinematographer at isang PA. Sila lang. So, guys,
So, Zoom direction?
Zoom direction. Tapos yung mga PD namin, pinadala na doon sa bahay. Kaya doble trabaho na din para sa mga cinematographer. Sila yung nagsiset up ng mga VTR stuff namin para ma-project. Sila na rin yung kunwari kung mag-shoot ka ng milk, sila na yung magtatakal ng milk. Sila na Again, guys, this is not exploitation. I just want to be clear with this. This is not exploitation. We really had to adapt. Kasi hindi na lang kami pwedeng umiyak kasi kailangan ng trabaho more than us. Like what sabi ni Carl, privilege tayo na parang director kami kahit paano, may service kami, may pagkain, all that shit kami, malaki kita namin gano'n. Pero kailangan natin magtrabaho para sa mga kasamahan nating arawan lang. Yung mga kasamahan natin na kumikita, magkano kita mo 800, 500. Tapos yan, rumarakit pa yan. So ngayon, usok-usok yung suspension ngayon na parang pag nagsunod-sunod ka, tumawid ka ng kabilang PCR, hindi ka suspended ka. So walang trabaho yung kuya utility natin na 1.5 lang hinita. Tapos ilang buwan siya mawawalan trabaho, 3 buwan. Di ba? Kaya as people na we strive to be the next cinematographers, tama lang sa sabi ni Carl na you nurture first the people before deciding to flourish as an industry. Kasi yun yung core ng industriya, yung tao. Tayo.
You know what, Johann? I mean, yung putting it all together, putting all this together, I think ang isang na-realize natin na resulta nitong pandemya ito is, number one is, nag-iba ang lahat Nag-iba. At ang basic anticipation ko is, ano ang mangyayari pagkatapos ng pandemya? Dahil nag-iba ang lahat. Unang-una, di ba, bagsakan ng budget. Carla, balikan kita, hindi ba I'm sure even ABS nagbagsak din ang budget compared to before. Kasi dati ang budget namin sa Regal, okay? Ang budget namin would go into 12 to 15. Now it's down to 6. Okay? Now it's down to 6. Pag special ka pa 7 to 7.5. Wow. Okay? All in yun na including yung pre-testing and then post-testing and mid-testing. Magkano yung pre-testing and post-testing na binabayaran mo, sinusundot ang ilong ng lahat ng tao? Hindi ba? Tsaka lalamunan. Di ba? So, we are living in interesting times kasi it's changed. Okay? Tapos, ang saya sa advertising, nandiyan sila. Pero iba na rin ang plataforma nila mula nung sinara ng ABS-CBN. Di ba? Kasi hindi naman pwede lahat sa GMA at saka TV5 lahat ng ads, hindi ba? I'm sure now, GMA is rolling in money, but there are limitations to how much ads they can take. Hindi ba?
And even direct preference ng clients kasi talaga would go to ABS. Sila yun yung preference ng mga clients to subukan ads sa ABS. So to be honest lang. Kaya nag-lesson din na parang kaya mas nag-bank onto digital ulit ngayon. Bumalik na ulit yung mga TikTok ads, may mga TikTok ads na nga.
Di ba nakita mo ang epekto, no? Hindi ba? Nag-ripple effect sa buong ekonomiya. Nag-ripple effect yung okay, I don't mean to be political, but a simple act, not a simple, but a tragic act as closing ABS-CBN had a ripple effect in the economy and into the media industry. Okay, it practically created disequilibrium because of these congressmen.
Sir, if I may add lang, no? Sorry, sir. I don't need to be political also, but I think kasi our industry is soft power, di ba?
Yeah.
And I think the government now and the lawmakers that we have, they don't understand the soft power in general. It's more on ano lang kayo pampaaliw pag bored kami.
Yeah.
But in reality, we coexist, di ba? We give jobs to non-media people. Like for example, the locations, the food, di ba? So I think they don't really understand when they decided that. I'm not saying because I'm from that company, and my background is pink, but I'm saying this because this is what we've experienced, and I think the people here would attest to that.
No, tsaka Carl, imagine mo na lang, I think the best physical manifestation of that, lahat ng businesses around ABS have practically closed down. All the restaurants, and these people are making money. They're people hired into this job. Okay, so yan ang the ripple effect na. Okay, moving on. Jaig, nasa Tacloban ka. Bakit ka bumalik ng Tacloban? I know you're from Tacloban, but why did you go back there?
Literally just for this thing that I need to do for a client. So I'm doing ads then basically, just like Johann, like digital content. So yung pinag-usapan namin basically, because pandemic na, they wanted really authentic night talaga. Sabi ko, I don't have a place. I don't have I don't have much family sa Manila. So sabi ko, uwi nga ako. Yun. Which is kind of smart kasi walang guidelines dito in a way. And I'm just at home, which is, ayun, tapos nagbigay lang silang PD budget for me. So I'm doing everything by my own. My family's helping me. My mom's my production designer. So it's literally what the pandemic is like, parang microcosm of ads right now. Na parang may mga one-man team na talaga, na parang, or three-man team. Sobrang, parang thesis nga ulit. It literally is just like what Carl said. So, pero guided, kumbaga. Guided. It's actually thesis again. Guided siya.
No,
Yun.
Okay, go ahead, Jake. So you went back there because of a project, but you still work in Manila.
Yes, I still work in Manila. Yes, definitely. So parang loophole lang to kasi bawal mag-shoot sa Manila ng gabi. So
naku, alam mo, Jake, pinagdadaanan din namin ni Carl. Man, Carl has a pink background because she is on lock. Naka-lock-in ka ba, Carl?
In yan, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Naka-lock-in kami. Alam mo Dane, alam mo Johann. Akala mo lang fun and games ang lock-in. Alam mo, hindi. Hindi siya fun and games. Dahil half the time, ako bilang director, yung mata ko, may safety officer ka, no? Pero syempre yung safety officer, hindi man pwedeng parang matang lawin. Di ba? Di man parang di man pwedeng pinagmamasdan niya lahat o kaya lumilipad siya above everybody to see. Tinitingnan mo yung, because so many people get infected during the lock-ins. Di ba nga yung isa nating kaibigan na nag-shoot, okay, na infect dahil you're always exposed, okay, to the dangers of infection. Ang hirap talaga. Okay, now ito na naman isa kong tanong sa inyo, tingin nyo pag bumalik na uli tayo sa normal, babalik pa rin katulad dun dati o iba na ang mga job opportunities sa tingin niyo? Will we go back to March 14, 2020? Or it's changed na? What do you think? Carl, ikaw tingin mo.
Ako, sir, sabi ni Taylor Swift, we're not getting back together.
Napakapabebe naman ang mga references mo.
Joke lang, sir. Parang, I think, we'll never be back to normal. And I think hindi na babalik yung dati. I think okay lang din yun. Ako happy ako na wag na tayong bumalik dun sa dati because it's miserable, it's hard. Feeling ko what we can do now is, help ourselves to move forward. And I think the future is bright, medyo optimistic. But I think it's not bad to be optimistic in a sense na there's hope pa rin. And I think ano lang to parang it's just siguro 3 to 4 years of brewing things para pag balik natin dun sa new normal or whatsoever you want to call it, diba? We're changed human beings, creators, filmmakers, yun. So I think, sir, maiba lang talaga yung platforms I don't know. I think mas diverse, mas may digital, mas may cinema, I don't know. Pero in a sense na we have to adapt. And I think as Filipinos, magaling naman tayo mag-adapt. It's just that, meron lang talagang kulang na something. I don't know, the empowerment or, the support from these people. But I'm very optimistic that we'll be, power when we go back to
Sa tingin mo, after all this, babalik pa rin ang tao sa sinihan? Or
to be honest, sir,
the Netflix wing na?
Siguro sir, nagagaling ako na when I graduated in Benilde, purist talaga ako. Sabi ko I want my film to be premiered in Cinemalaya, in Cannes, in Berlin. I want to attend these festivals, di ba? A-list film festivals. But when pandemic hit us, parang okay, yung nilalaban ngayon is gaano kadaming tao ang manonood. And kahit yun na-realize ko as a film marketer kasi parang you just want your content to be watched by people. Kumbaga parang, sige na nga, kahit hindi na kami kumita, pero parang, please, let's just support and appreciate our works, diba? Kasi parang, in the end, pag hindi to sinusuportahan ng tao, pag nawala na yung relevance natin, even the ads, the digital content, the movies, wala. If people now are, into Squid Games, I watch those things. But, sana may spasyo din after this pandemic na hindi malaman ng tao na ma-realize ng tao na kaya naman pala natin ng walang Pinoy content. Kaya naman pala natin. Diba? Pero that's the hardest thing that you'll do. That's why feeling ko din I took the challenge kahit it's a day job. And I've lived my life as a freelance kasi parang it's your way of, fight for it. Parang you market it kahit si Aling Beba na nanonood. That's why ang saya-saya ko na ang daming platforms, di ba po? We have Upstream, we have KTX, we have Viva Max, we have name it, you can have it. So parang ako na lang ngayon talaga is really like, paano mo siya ipapakilala sa tao ulit? Di ba? No one watches movies now. No one watches paid contents because 150 is mahal na sa kanila. 150 is almost like, pambibili ko na lang to ng face mask, pambibili ko na lang to ng alcohol. I just subscribe to Netflix. At I just subscribe to Telegram na libre yung movies. So now is, paano mo siya introduce as a film marketer na kailangan nyo kami, guys. Kailangan nyo kami. Na meron ka rin takot na medyo irrelevant nga pala talaga kami kasi, di ba? Pero hindi I think soft power is needed in an economy. Soft power really like helps. Like, di ba, BTS, di ba, the K-dramas and what so yun po sir, sana after this, di ba, magkaroon na tayo na sarili talaga nating solid industry.
You know what, Carl, you made mention of something na talagang ang sakit, pero yan din na kinatatakutan ko na baka ang ating mga audiences ma-realize na hindi naman pala natin kailangan ng local content Hindi ba? Dahil meron ka naman, mabubusog ka naman sa Netflix at mabubusog ka sa View. Hindi ba? Mabubusog. Tapos, minsan even, di ba, yung ayaw mag-migrate sa platforms, di ba, na ibang platforms, it's very worrisome. But I agree completely. It's rethinking what we're going to do next. It's rethinking what we are going to do next to make these platforms or to make our materials adjustable to these platforms. Okay? Pero Carl, hindi ba grabe ang bagsak ng budget, sobrang bagsak ng budget, limitado ang tao mo, hindi ba?
Yes, sir. That's why I'm here. Dapat nasa bahay lang ako.
Oo, I mean, sobrang. Now, Dane, Jaig, at saka Johann, sa commercial, sa tingin ninyo, ganyan na ba? Magiging standard? Alam ko, teka, meron ako inside. Siyempre, may insider ako sa ano. Yung ibang commercials na ginagawa, mete ang mamahal. Isa lang ang problema, they're not shot here. They're shot in Korea.
Gusto ko naman nagsalita.
Hindi ba? Oh my God. I mean, guys, children, you know these commercials. They're shot in Korea. They're shot in the States. And these are usually the major telecoms, no?
Yep.
Yung mga local commercials, tingin nyo, babalik pa tayo sa dati? The major productions? Dane.
Ako, feeling ko, may part ng culture from before na ibabalik natin to the new normal, pero meron na tayong i-goodbye. Kasi, ako lang, in terms of yung sa workplace, kung paano yung mga tao, it's not to, hindi exploited yung word, but similar. Kasi mas overworked ngayon yung mga tao, especially yung post-production people. Kasi since they're at home, yung staff nila nasa kanila, so they're more prone to, nandiyan ka naman andyan lang naman makina mo pwede mo bang gawin na lang to. So yung mga ganun, yung mga work ethics have to be better moving forward. So kailangan matanggal na yung ang ano ka lang kasi, I think yung pinaka yung difference lang between film and sa advertising in terms of yung production, especially in-house productions, kasi sila yung mga nagsusulputan ngayon na bago. Yung problem with, may certain disconnect pa rin kasi between yung advertising agencies themselves and yung in-house productions, kasi they don't treat, well, ako, personal take ko lang to. I don't think the creative people from advertising agencies treat the in-house production as their equals in terms of,
Wow, parang
brainstorming
service
and
unit kayo, gano'n?
parang supplier. Parang ganon. So in terms of, work setting, how we work, how we do things, yung mga ganyan, labor, mas syempre exploited kami, I think. Parang so mas may chance to take advantage of the people. Yun yung ayoko kasi ngayon parang back then mas madali makontrol because yung mga gamit namin where we shoot and sa isang lugar lahat. So pag out ka na, okay, bye-bye, wala na ako dyan, pahinga na ako, personal life na, balik na ako sa personal life ko. But now kasi nag-merge siya. So parang you have no time for yourself, you have no time for people around you kasi your work is always there, just right beside you kasi binigay na sa'yo, pinauwi sa'yo. So that's parang sana, I mean, parang pag natapos na tong pandemic and we have to go back to where we were before, sana yun yung mawala. Sana yung mawala na ulit yung ganito na may tendency na, yes, na ma-overwork yung mga tao.
Alam mo din ang masaklap nito dahil dito sa work from home na ito, ang daming kumpanya, hindi lamang sa Pilipinas, but abroad, who are now encouraging sa Japan especially na work from home na. Pero tama ka din dahil nga we are working from home na wala na yung personal and professional life dividing line. Paniwala ka, maski kaming teacher. Na-experience namin yan. Hindi ba?
Mahirap eh.
Yung sinasabi namin na, uy ha, students, huwag naman kayo mag-email sa amin ng 7:00 ng gabi ng Sabado. Hindi ba? Tapos you expect us to answer. May buhay rin kaming teacher.
Correct.
Kaya yung, huwag naman tayo mag-zoom ng past ng Friday.
Oh my God.
Diba? Wala na yun eh. Nag-ano na yun eh. Ikaw, Johann, Kuya Johann, anong tingin mo mangyayari? Babalik pa ba tayo sa dati sa advertising? Budget-wise.
Budget-wise, I must say naman direct nag-adapt na yung client eh. Nag-adapt na sila I mean, yun lang rin yung leverage kasi na mas marami silang pinagkukunan ng pera eh kasi kumpanya sila, may mga regional accounts pa, may mga main accounts pa sila. But yung what you've said, direct, yung mga commercials na sinushoot sa Korea, direct, hindi lang siya mga telecom ads, as simple as milk ads, isushoot pa sa Vietnam, sa Thailand. Kasi yes. There's this one ad, it's a milk brand. Guys, ang production lang niya, plain background, a kid, a mom, and a dad. Nag-pour lang yung dad ng milk, product shot ng milk, tapos hindi ginawa dito. It was shot in Thailand. Why? Because mas mahal yung production dito. Because may mga protocols, restrictions, and all that stuff. Bakit ako dito? Sa Thailand, kilala ko yun. Syempre, ako client, no? I'd pay for that, Thailand, kasi mas kilala sila sa ganong scope of work. So, having a bigger scope, guys, na not to be political, not unless talaga maging maayos yung system in a bigger scale, apektado tayo. So, imagine niyo yung ad na sinut na yon, yung nag-pour na yon, ilang props man, food stylist yung pwede sanang napakain dito. Ilang editor, yung nagpakain, plain background. Okay lang sana kung merong special special style looking or ano. Hindi rin siya sa Thailand, even in Malaysia, they're doing that. Kasi kung ako rin si client, kaya ko naman pala mag-ano. Kasi doon, walang restriction ng bata. I mean, meron, pero not as strict, not as mahal, mas maayos. Pwede, doon na ako, mag-outsource na ako. Kaya, yung sinasabi direct Korea, medyo in a way parang tanggap ko pa kasi Opa-Opa, Korean Star, may ganung icon talaga. Pero kasi ito direct plain background. Tapos yung mga artista mukhang Pilipino lang naman kasi Asian lang naman. So ilang utility sana yung nakapag kahit ilang 1.5 sana yung nauwi niya sa bahay.
Walang protection tayo, no? Walang protection.
Direct siya, nasa bigger scale talaga unless may isang malaking tower and the future is bright and it's pink hopefully. But guys, yung small things na ganun akala natin wala lang sa atin, hindi tayo naapektuhan, mas naapektuhan tayo. But to the extent direct na mayroong pambalikan, if there's one thing na okay na nangyari sa pandemic, is we get to talk about these things. Kung hindi naman nangyari yung pandemic, tuloy tayo dun sa sariling life natin. Magmamasters ako, Cinemalaya, yada. Si Direct Joey would probably produce 300 films in 1 year. Ganyan. Kung hindi nag-pandemic. But kasi dito parang naging parang nakita ko fruit ng pandemic sa atin as an industry is mas naging community tayo. We felt na, okay, shit, may sandigan ako. Ito yung komunidad namin. And at the same time, inabot pa ng pandemya para pag-usapan natin yung working hours. Production-wise, yung kay Dane iba yun. Kasi hanggang ngayon, while we're talking, nag-check ako ng storyboard natin. Ganun kalala yung kahit nasa schedule ko na may talk, ganun kalala yung something. But production direct, inabot pa tayo ng pandemic para lang hindi tayo umabot ng 3 a.m. Well, masarap kumain ng pandesal ng alas 4 ng umaga sa set, tapos muta-muta na yung kasama mo, pero iba pa rin yung nakakauwi kami ng yes, the McDo one, yung 50 pesos, di ba? Masarap kumain sa set niyan. But ngayon, pag natatapos kami ng shoot 7 p.m, pag uwi namin, gising pa yung ang drama, no? Gising pa yung magulang namin, nakikita namin sila. Dati hindi Uwi ka kinabukasan na. So kung may babaunin man tayo, it's yung work ethics. Pero direct yung budget and all, I think we in the advertising, yung experience ko, we are slowly in there. And I'll be honest, maganda ang takbo ng advertising ngayon kasi bumalik na ulit yung sigla in a way.
Mabuti masigla na.
Yes, bumalik na ulit ang sigla to the fact na
naghang si Johann. Okay?
Hindi po. But yes, so hopefully kung bumalik tayo direct, nag-iba na rin lang kasi yung tama yung sinabi ni Carl na nag-iba na yung iba na yung platform, maraming platform, nag-iba na rin yung consuming pattern ng mga consumers natin. Kaya kung makikita niyo yung ads natin from the kwentong Jollibees na 4 minutes, biglang may mga ads ngayon na 3 seconds, 5 seconds ulit kasi nag-iba na nga tayo ng pattern. So yeah, hopefully hopeful ako talaga direct na at ako lalo pa ngayon na mas nag-bind tayo. Ang chami-chami pero mas nag-bind tayo na hindi ka pelikula, kami TV kami ads, social kami ads kami. Kayo art kayo wala na.
Pare-pareho ating karanasan pare-pareho.
Oo, hangga't may isang utility na hindi nakakapagtrabaho, ipaglalaban natin yan.
Okay, Jaig, you wanna say something, Dane? You wanna add something, Dane?
Actually, nag-agree lang ako na mas nag-bind talaga nga yung community ng from yung lahat ng production workers.
Lahat ng creatives. Now, Jay, I'll ask you a different question. These are kids. Some are about to graduate.
Yep.
They're entering this whole different scenario right now when they graduate. What is it that they need to know about the world that they're stepping into? And what do they need to prepare themselves to do?
Literally, this is the world that I stepped into. Kasi after I graduated masters, pandemic na agad dito. So, actually, yung first foray ko talaga parang pandemic everything lahat eh, all the time. Like, my first shoot with observing lang with Direk Marius. We were like 30 in the crew lang or 25 in the crew for a big budget na rin na advertisement. So parang sasabihin ko, I mean, you have to be at your that light on your toes, kumbaga. Parang yung sabi namin kanina, for the longest time, the adaptability talaga ngayon. You gotta adapt to the changing situation every single day, every single week. And like, baka next month, wala, surge ulit. You know, parang, you know, it's just, that situation, this situation is just messed up basically. Pero yun, which I hope it doesn't happen. Pero ganun nangyayari minsan eh. So, which, yan yung notice ko for the most part.
Okay.
So, yeah. I just want them to know, parang, I want them to know, be hopeful, but also be cautious about everything that's happening around you. Baga. Kasi, mahirap na maging like, kasi, you know, I don't want to go there, but like mental health is a huge thing.
Oh,
right?
yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We're all
Can't
going crazy.
imagine, I can't imagine what these guys will go through like right after they graduate. Kasi ako, I had a hard time after I graduated. In a normal setting, parang ganun. The first 6 months, parang walang nangyayari. I can't imagine what they'll go through during a pandemic. So, ayun. I just want you guys to like, you know, to reconnect with everything, connect with people you love, basically.
You know what, Jaig, this happened recently to me, okay, in one of my, not from CSB, but one of my students from DLSU. Kasi about 3 to 4 months after they graduate, hindi pa sila makahanap ng trabaho. Okay, syempre, dahil ano ba yung mapapasukan ng trabaho? No?
Yes.
Na talaga nagpapanik na siya. Nagpapanik na siya. Kasi yung mga iba niyang mga kaklase na mga graduates ng ComArts, ayaw naman niya na tanggapin yung trabaho na, although it's not bad, ang ginawa nila ay naging cashier sa Uniqlo. Yung parang ganito na lang ba, yung umiiyak siya kasi magaling yung estudyante na gusto niyang gumawa ng films, pero kasi wala talagang available na trabaho. Kaya siguro, tama yung sabi mo, Jaig, kailangan tatagan mo yung sarili mo eh. Okay? Especially this generation na na gagraduate, kailangan tatagan nyo ang sarili nyo. Another thing, Carla, may kwento ko sa iyo kanina, not during my birthday, the day before my birthday, meron nag-deliver sa akin ng dokumento rito. Nakilala ko nung tinanggap ko yung dokumento. Mga kontrata ng mga part-time teachers ng ano. Sabi niya, sabi ko, oh, you know, sabi niya, alam mo kung ano siya, Carl? Editor siya ng TV. Na ngayon, Grab delivery na siya. Sabi ko, ano nangyari? Carl, ABS. Sabi, kailangan niyang buhayin yung pamilya niya. So sabi ko, babalik din yan sa naman. Sabi niya, sana. Okay? So these are such trying times but these are times in which, you know, people have to adjust. Ikaw din, ano ang papaya mo sa mga batang graduate ngayon? Anong hinaharap nila? Truthfully.
Well, sa perspective ko at least, sa advertising guys, palaging may trabaho. So, I mean, kung okay lang kayo na hindi muna kayo mag-venture into film, try out and learn different natures of filmmaking or production work. Maraming in-house productions, maraming production houses na pwede kayong kunin. Maraming palaging hiring kasi ano naman parang this is not a permanent job. People come and go, so you can always go here kung saan mo mang bet na production house. So parang if you think parang parang nahihirapan na kayo maghanap ng anything at all, baka lang, try to broaden your perspective kasi production work naman is very broad, so parang makakahanap ka ng ng place mo sa industry na to for sure. Kasi even ako naman, hindi pa pandemic nung time na yun, but na-lost din naman ako at one point. Tapos inisip ko, ano ba talaga yung gusto ko or saan ko ba talaga gusto pumunta. But eventually talaga, makahanap mo kung saan yung gusto mo. Just try everything out. Yun lang sa akin. Try everything out.
Okay. Johann, ikaw, anong payo mo sa kanila? Kung siya gagraduate itong mga to, sasabihin ng mga magulang niya, oy, leche ka, magtrabaho ka na. Anong sasabihin mo?
Actually, direct to be honest, ngayon, sabi ko nga parang dati ang bilis lang ang bilis maghatak ng intern o kaya ng mga bagong graduate. Uy, sama ka sa shoot ko, uy, tara, gusto mo makita, tara, sama ka. May mga participants natin dito sila, Chuchi or something, na madaling mahatak ng mga Pero ngayon, di ba, parang asan yung exposure, asan yung ganon. But coming to Jaig's point, na parang more than anything else, before you strive to be the next Steven Spielberg, let's try to live a day muna. Yun na rin muna siguro talaga. I mean, walang kwenta yung pelikulang gagawin natin na sobrang ganda na magiging natatalo sa Squid Game na number 1 kung sa isang araw hindi tayo buo, kung gumising at natulog tayo hindi tayo buo, not necessarily masaya, but hopefully when we try to sleep tonight, more than us being a better filmmaker, I hope that we become a better person muna. But on the work side, tama sinabi ni Dane, ako ang mantra ko lagi sa ganyan, just get going, gawa ka lang ng gawa. Hindi mo kailangan gumawa ng next short film, na next full length kung hindi naman yun yung kailangan mo. If kung kailangan mo lang gumawa ng mag-drawing ka dito or gusto mong gumawa ng post, 'di ba? I mean, just to keep your your stimuli na rumaratsyada, ganun lang. Kasi it's trying times, and then what more, grabe pressure sa inyo guys, na parang all your life, oy tayo na, gagraduate na ako after all these years, biglang kinuwanan kayo ng oportunidad, kinuwanan kayo ng kinabukasan, di ba? Ang higpit na nga na industriya dati, what more ngayon? So, yeah, we try to survive every day, and kapag kaya natin, lalaban na tayo.
Okay. Finally, Carl, anong payo mo sa kanila?
Ano ba? Sure. I think, feeling ko, when you graduate, when you receive that diploma and attend that graduation ceremony, parang chill lang kayo muna. Siguro iba na yung perspective ko now kasi nung time namin when it's normal, 'di ba? Parang the moment I receive my diploma, it's wala na 'yan. Pupunta na ako sa kung saan. But now I think it's okay. Good thing na si Jaig was able to touch on the idea of mental health. But I think us kasi as artists and storytellers, we need that. We need that passion. We need that emotional stability for us to survive and to create. I'm not sure everyone is privileged to take a hiatus of 1 year, but ang mantra ko talaga sa parents ko nung 1 year akong walang kinikita, kasi sabi ko 3 years lang naman yung course ko and scholar naman ako. So sabi ko, bawing-bawi naman. But siguro if you're privileged enough to take a rest for a year, it's okay. It's totally okay. Because I think especially the times now, mahirap talaga. And I think ililid ka din kung saan ka talaga dadalhin. It's okay kahit 2 minutes content lang yan. It's okay. If you really wanna tell a story, you'll have to do it. Wala na yung purist na the ideals of the Cannes, Berlin, Venice. Fuck that. Now, it's just, now it's just that we need to survive. Tama si Johann. We need to survive financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Yun. And second, siguro last is go out there and vote on May 2022. And let's change the world one vote at a time. Yun.
Ay, nako. All right. Okay. Ang nakakatuwa nito is even kasi naman sa eskwela, we have teachers, we have professors. Now, if you're really, really very good, I mean, Madonna has hired quite a number of our graduates to work for her. I have put in a number of the people of my staff are also from Benilde Film. Okay? Galingan ninyo kasi kung magaling kayo at ando dun yung hard work ninyo, imposibleng hindi kayo mapansin at mabigyan ng trabaho. Now, kung kayo ay tente kampante na nakaupo, na nag-iintay ang trabaho lumapit sa inyo, magbenta ka na ng pichi-pichi at ng kare-kare online dahil apparently doon ang tutuhukin ng iyong career. Okay, now we are opening the floor for questions. Children, you can ask any question you like with any of the panelists here for your own peace of mind. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Sabi ni Seth. Okay, ask them in the chat, or if you want to, show your face, then we'd even appreciate it some more. Lem Atienza, I'm expecting you to ask a question. Okay? Lem, magtanong ka. Kanina ka pa comment ng comment dyan, may pakinabang naman sa'yo. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Uy, manghang-mangha sila. Okay, any questions?
Sir, parang nasa chat po ata yung mga questions nila.
What's a better advice? Put yourself out there, ASAP, or take your own time? Okay? What's the better advice daw? Okay, meron po ba teka muna, one at a time. Firstly, what is the better advice? Okay, do you go out there or you take your own time? Ikaw sa tingin mo, Johann?
Ako direct, naniwala na ako nung after pandemic kasi hindi kailangan black and white lang lagi. So if you can put yourself out there and at the same time take your own time, this is not bullshit, this is not a bullshit answer na papakasave lang. But to be honest, may mga ganun na kailangan mong, if you're not pink, you're dead, hindi ganun. So if you can put yourself out there and you know how to take care, and please do take care of yourself, take your own time. But at least, like sinabi ni Direk Joey, may ginagawa ka, magpapansin ka, kung magaling ka, mapapansin ka naman eh. Kasi kahit anong take your own time, at the end of the day, yung talk naman natin dito about you guys graduating and finding a real job, di ba? Wala naman tayo sa life coaching. I mean, being bibo is not a problem. You can, and sa akin bibo kay Carl Pok, hindi siya hindi problema yon. That, believe me, magpapagahasa kayo para sa industriya.
Okay. Meron po bang nag-accept ng internships for hiring ng production companies? Ang Black Sheep ba nag-hire pa ng interns, Carl?
Nilalaban ko po. So you can just send your your CV. Type ko po dito. Pero it's purely work from home because the setup now is quite different. But yeah, for marketing people, if you want to edit and stuff, yeah, you can just send your CV and demo reel on my email.
All right. As far as productions naman are concerned, as far as the productions I handle are concerned, very limited ang tinatanggap namin interns pagdadali namin kayo on location. Why? Kasi ang producer kailangan kang ibahay, kailangan kang pakainin during the lockdown, the lock-in. Okay? And usually pati yung intro at saka extra testing, babayaran din ng producer yan. So medyo mahal. Pero if you're okay, kung you are exceptional, which I've done, I brought in interns during my last shoot. You have to prove that you are worth the money we're spending on you, because we'll be spending, hindi ba, Carl, we're gonna pay something like 40,000, okay, for you to be with us for 8 days. So kailangan maganda yung grades mo bago ka tanggapin inyo. Okay, hello everyone. Branching off what Sir Jaig said, how do you look after, okay, ano itong tinatanong? Uy, si Chuchi! Ba? Si Chuchi Asurin.
Oy, Chuchi.
Hope everyone, branching off what Sir Jaig said, how do you look after your mental health, especially these days na parang it seems there is no end in sight? What keeps you going? Puta, Chuchi, ano bang tanong yan? Okay? Dane, how do you keep down your mental health? Tinatanong ni Chuchi Asurin.
Hoy, bakit ka nandito? Guys, para lang alam nyo, nasa Tibuha si Chuchi. Ka-work ko siya sa in-house production. Yes, Johann. Well, yung sagot ko sa question mo, Chuchi, actually, hindi ko alam. Nag-movie nights tayo minsan. Okay na, sapat na yun sa akin. Actually, ang mahalaga lang naman sa akin, in terms of mental health, kasi Kasi nga meron ng mahirap na yung naka-merge na ngayon yung personal and work life. So I make it a point na kapag tapos na yung trabaho ko, tapos na talaga, as in, papatayin ko yung Viber ko or di ko re-replyan at least yung mga tao na nangungulit for stuff, ganyan. Tapos para, lalo na kapag pag dumarating sa point na halos parang isang linggo or more than 1 week na walang tulog, trabaho lang, as in para ng robot, kaka-produce ng content. I make it a point na may isang araw na hindi ko talaga sila papansin lahat. Mag-rest lang ako, mag-focus ako sa sarili ko, mag-focus ako sa surroundings ko, or I mean at least dito sa kwarto ko, ganyan. Para lang makalimutan ko yung mga things about work kasi at the end of the day, guys, it's still just work. Alam niyo yun, mas may nagmamatter pa na other things aside from work. So do not forget that. Yun lang sa akin. Tapos,
you know what, Dane, hindi lang sa work yan, maski sa studies din yan. Hindi ba?
yes, guys.
Kailangan may cut-off ka.
Balance nyo lang yung sarili.
Teka, ikaw ba, Johann, may mental health issues ka ba? Or paano mo sinasettle ang mental health issues mo?
Direk, ayoko naman i-claim na meron, but like, I would say na like, may mga dark days, madaming dark days. If you'd see me on Instagram posting kamusta, and then people would react na parang it's more of like, oy, galing, na gano'n, na nangangamusta ka. But it's on a bigger scale. Mas kailangan ko kasi malaman kung kamusta rin yung ibang tao. Kasi for me rin, I just wanna relate. I just wanna, you don't really have to have inuman, which yung magandang gawin nga inuman and all. But the mere fact that you know that you're not doing this alone, you're not going through this alone. The fact na, di ba, Direct Joy, I would message you from time to time.
Nagkukwentuhan kami.
Kulang na nga lang mangutang ako sa'yo. Pag nangutang na ako sa'yo, yun talaga magagamot yung mental health ko. But I mean, a simple hi, a simple hello, and ako, nandun ako sa point na hindi ako nanonood na ng Netflix or something. Medyo may ganung era, ako ngayon. Parang yung pinaka art consumption ko na is yung mga ginagawa kong material. Kasi minsan na-overstimulate din yung ko. So, to summarize, I pace it one day at a time. And sabi ko, ang pinakamalaking na-realize ko, yung ang daming pwede mangyari sa loob ng isang linggo, sa loob ng isang araw, sa loob ng isang oras, sa loob ng isang minuto. So, pace natin sana ng maayos.
Ikaw, Jaig, meron ka bang problem? Ang sarap-sarap yata dyan sa Tacloban kung wala nang mask dyan. I mean, hindi ba? I'm sure you don't have any pressure working on you, do you?
Well, sa Manila, I live alone. So, mostly in Manila, the things I do to like calm myself down, nagsushoot ako ng sarili ko. I have my camera and I shoot anything. I literally shoot anything in the house. Parang for hours and then tapos nag-edit lang ako. I don't know, it's just a thing for me na parang I just random stuff kasi walang nangyayari. It's so mundane. So parang
no, but it's something out of work, which is
it's something out of work. Like you're doing what you envision in your head na parang okay, shoot ako ng food. Ganun yun yung isip ko. Ganun. That's literally what I've been doing mostly. Like hindi ko nire-release ever. I just put in I have a full file full of like videos me doing stuff at home basically. Ayun. So parang for future reference na experience ko yung pandemic ganun yung ginagawa ko.
You know what, kids, it's best to really have a cut off and have a hobby. Okay.
Yep.
Have a hobby, which is so completely different from your line of work or even your studies. Okay. Have a hobby na to divert your mind. Okay, because hindi naman pwedeng completely immerse ka, nakakabaliw. Di ba, ang sarap-sarap ng Jaig, dati pupunta ka sa eskwela, half the fun of school is being with people.
Yes, definitely.
Di ba, ang ganda-ganda pa ng eskwela natin, Di ba, Dane, ang saya-saya natin pag canteen and all that, or even in our little office, that's the fun of school. Now, if you take that away and you're on your room, you really go crazy. So there has to be a kind of cut-off. Chuchi, kung meron kang mental health issue, you could always call Dane, okay, because he's ready to give us a hand, okay? Or if not, pwede siguro Sir Jaig is there, okay? You could also ask some advice from Sir Jaig, okay? A question, Lem. Ano yon? Lem, ano yung question mo? Lem Atienza. advice for underprivileged ones who want to put themselves out there. What do you exactly mean by putting yourself out there? Okay, that can be interpreted in so many
Baka
ways.
opportunities, sir. Opportunities.
Kasi may, alam mo nun, tinanong ko ano ibig sabihin nun, hindi ba?
Maybe I can answer that, sir.
Oh, go ahead.
Actually, maraming mga networks now, especially the filmmakers, no? Para ang daming mga groups where you can just join. Like, for example, Cine Sundays of Dan Villegas. And then, yun, maraming groups. And then I think if you don't have the capacity, to put yourself out there. Actually, I don't believe na kailangan mo ng puhunan to put yourself out there. Maraming networks now, even the regional filmmakers are doing networks. Even the mainstream filmmakers are doing their own networks, even the independent. So like kanina na mention, di ba, na strong talaga yung community now. So siguro now is just, find your own tribe and just join. Because, tayo naman as human beings, connection is the key to success, di ba? So just talk to any filmmaker. Huwag kayong mahiya, guys, kasi mga tao lang yan. Tumatay din yung mga yan. Yun yung naging mindset ko noon. Sabi ko, tumatay din naman ng Love Diaz, di ba? So I think just talk to someone, di ba? Tingnan now, it's very accessible kasi everyone is out there. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, they're all there. So if you want to, talk to advertising directors or, filmmakers, diba? Just message them. Just shoot them a message. Kung hindi mag-reply, sabihin nyo sa akin, sa mga filmmakers. Pero, yun. I think that's...
Saka Lem, tama yung sabi ni Carla, it's all about networking eh. Saka, Diyos ko, sa faculty lamang ng film, ang dami mo na makukuhang connection. I mean, read my lips, Madonna, Tarayo, okay, Tina Tubong Banwa, okay, Raymond Red, okay, I mean, hindi ba? Dan Villegas, okay, who is teaching. I mean, it's not the money, it's the talent, it's the passion that matters, okay? Well, it helps if you have the money, but it doesn't guarantee your success, nor your longevity, hindi ba? So, saka Lem, hindi ang opportunity ang lalapit sa iyo. Ikaw ang dapat gumawa ng opportunity. Alright? O nako, ang ganda ng question ni Jessra na napaka-relevant. May mga thesis tips po ba kayo? Hindi ko itatanong yan sa iyo, Dane, okay?
Wag na ako.
Anong thesis tips? Jaig, anong thesis tips na masasabi mo?
When I did my thesis, parang I lived it. Yun yung idea, yun yung nangyari sa akin. If you really want to make something of note or parang of quality, you have to live it every day. Almost, wag kang tamad. You can't be lazy about it. If you want to make something of note na parang you feel like it represents your creativity, you really have to live it every single day, kumbaga. Parang when you write it pa lang, I guess parang, my God, yung sa Amy, I was in it. Like, yung mindset ko was very sad. I was very in it na parang, what if yung mga concepts na dito sa isip ko, what if I lost loved ones? Ganun. Like, it really is yung thesis talaga is a mindset. You have to get on that mindset nga talaga. Kung hindi ka nasa mindset na yan, I guess yung film mo, it will represent that. Parang ganun.
Oo,
so,
di ba, Jaig, a thesis is not only a requirement you feel.
Yeah.
That's where the passion comes in. And yung kay Jaig talaga, pinagdusahan niya. Okay, because it was talking about Yolanda. Okay? Kailangan, alam mo, Jess, kailangan kumbinsido ka doon sa ginagawa mo. At saka tama rin yung sabi ni Lem, dapat yung mga katrabaho mo, ka-vibes mo. Di ba, Carl, Jess, so many friendships ended because of the thesis. Yung college, hindi ba? Yung college friendships, nagwawakas dahil sa thesis.
Especially yung pair, yung mga na-pair, mga director, palaging, like, every single time, nag-FO sila. Like, it's just, ganun talaga, thesis.
Okay.
Sir, can I add lang?
Oh, go
AJ,
ahead.
that
Go ahead.
feeling ko yung thesis film nyo, do it as if it's your last. So, feeling ko, kwento nyo na yung pinakamalapit sa puso nyo, di ba? Huwag na kayong mag-pretend na this will be the best thesis film ever in Benilde. Di ba? Claim it na this is the most purest, redundant, purest short film that I'll ever do in my entire life. So, kwento nyo na kasi, di ba, feeling, baka hindi na kayo ulit makakwento, knock on wood, pero yon. And then last, your thesis film will be your passport.
Yes.
One passport to ano. Siguro thankful din ako kay Miss Madonna kasi when I graduated, I submitted my short film to her festival, yung
Filipino.
Then I won. Nabawi ko naman yung mga pinuhunan ko kasi medyo ano po, ubusan ng ano, pera po ang thesis. I'm not saying na it should be, but it depends on your kwento. Pero yon, invest on right people, invest on the right story.
Okay. Adam, you wanted to ask a question? Go ahead. Adam.
Yes, po, Direk. Okay, so I have a question. Can you guys share a thing or two regarding your experiences when you guys were doing your internship hours? Kasi personally, I'm also worried kasi noong 2019 lang ako nag-decide na mag-start ng internship. But then, ayun, pandemic happened, and so I haven't done much yet with my hours. And I know quite a few too from my batch who are worried about juggling internship hours and also thesis eventually. So how did you guys manage?
O yung internship nyo raw. Ikaw, Jake, saan ka ba nag-intern? Kalimutan ko na eh.
I was under Mark Bailey pa. So, yung internship ko was at 88 Story. So, nagtagal ako dun actually for like 4 months. Ganun. Well, yung sa amin kasi, yung internship style namin, dire-diretso siya. Parang 4 months straight, done. You're not gonna do like the whole shebang of the entire year. So, yung internship style ni Direct Mark was that, Sir Mark Bailey, was dire-diretso. Almost every weekend we were there. So, hindi siya ma-apply ngayon. But, I guess, if may ganun na work from home setup na internship na span within a couple of months, mas okay yun, I think. Kasi, natapos siya agad. Plus, you get so much learning in like a compressed time. Kumbaga, yun. That's what I experienced at 88 Story. Couple of shoots, lots of shoots actually with them as an intern.
You know what, Adam? Iba kasi yung pinagdaanan nila because they were in a face-to-face situation. They were really interned, okay, in a specific place. Tayo, habang ganito ang ating kalagayan, bawal ang internship na physical eh. Okay, unless talagang ang daming pagdadaanan na you follow the protocol. So mostly work from home. Alright, that's why karamihan sa mga nag-i-intern, katulad ng mga nandito kasama natin ngayon, they're doing their internal internship. Pero don't worry, Adam, we're trying to connect with as many companies as possible for the external internship na work from home. Okay, whether you create marketing materials, for instance, like what Carl does, you edit, okay, and you prepare marketing materials, that will serve as your external. Pero it doesn't mean that it also diminishes your opportunity dahil kapag magaling ka, yung pinag-internan mo, ang kukuha sa'yo. Okay? Hindi ka pag-graduate, pag magaling ka, nakita nila, ay, kukunin ka. Okay? So even before you graduate, you already have a job waiting for you.
Basically, yeah. My company right now, Arcade, nag-intern lang ako. Because one of the directors like, "Uy, mag-intern ka." Ayun, I'm here now, junior director with them. Ayun. That's basically it. That's how you get in, maybe. If manotice yung work mo, basically.
Sa company ko rin noon, Adam, for instance, I'll give an answer. Kilala niyo yan si Arens Jonella. Do you remember him? Yung mukhang choknat, okay? Yung maliit na maitim. Okay? He interned with me, okay? But now, in my next project, he's already doing second camera. Okay? It's a matter of if you're good, and then the DOP liked him, and then he also took up a course in the States. So now he's doing second camera. Don't worry, Adam. No, it's just that you guys are going through a very extraordinary situation sa kalagayan ninyo. Okay? All right. Question from Selena Makani. How do you go about these thesis group mates if lahat kami delayed tas di sabay-sabay mag-thesis? Hindi pwede. Di ba? Ganun lang kasimple yun. Okay, dapat magsabay-sabay kayo. Kasi unfair naman na nag-thesis yung iba. Question from Yvonne. Sir, nag-apply pa rin ba yung internship depending na sa specialization? As much as possible, yes. As much as possible, it's a yes. Pero ngayon kasi, since yung generation ninyo mahirap na, ang hirap kayo, okay, paparaanan natin. O Mika, go ask your question, girl.
Hello po. About thesis ulit.
Go ahead.
I just want to ask, how did you prepare yourself, especially with the anxieties and all, na indiv lang kayo? Ganon.
How did you prepare for your thesis? Ganon. Okay.
Pag sir, pag individual po. Kasi syempre, if by pair or group, at least you have someone to lean on, di ba? Pero pag indiv, mag-isa ka lang.
Bakit, Mika, anak, individual ba yung thesis mo?
Most likely po, direct.
Okay, sige. Okay. Sino ba ikaw ba, Johann, may kagrupo ka o individual ka?
Individual ako, direct.
Ano daw pinaghandaan mo?
Sa akin kasi medyo alpha personality ako, so mas madali yung mas madali mag-individual. Kasi on a normal setting, madaling may makaaway, mano pa sa thesis mo, di ba? So parang, di ba, Carl? I mean, yung mga digital projects mo, kailangan, like sinasabi ni Carl, yung talaga, pag nagkakalabasan na ng points, pag nagkakalabasan na ng 4, medyo masama na yung loob mo dun sa teacher, dun sa na alam mo naman yung iba hindi gumawa, lang, kinuha lang dun sa kabilang course yung assignment nila, tapos sinasara nila dito. So, tawag naman the resourcefulness. But kaya ako I chose na rin, Mika, to have an individual para kasi medyo kabisado ka na rin the way I act. So parang siguro if you feel like doing it alone, go do it alone. But at the same time, yun nga, what I'm saying, pala ko and diba ako. So hindi ako talaga naghihiya mag-approach. Like, direct Joey, parang direct gusto ko mag-art, gusto ko gawing square yung thesis ko or something. I'd talk to other directors kasi nga, diba, I used to act to directors outside the Benilde culture. And at the same time, one important thing for you to prepare for your thesis is to help out other teachers as well. Kasi you get to experience. If I'm not mistaken, nag-PA ako kay Carl. Si Carl yung PM namin, ako yung PA for a certain thesis. And then, kasi that's not because kailangan mo kunin yung good points and in a way, you kind of know, okay, this is how it should go. Ito yung mga pwede kong hindi gawin. Ito yung mga pwede kong gawin. But ako, if you feel like, Mika, if you like doing it alone, go. But please be open. Be open. Be open to kasi pag mag-isa ka mas maraming comments, mas maraming di ba? Wala kang kabatuhan, like daming So yes.
Yeah, Carl, ikaw,
yes.
You also did yours alone, di ba?
Yes po. Nung time namin, lahat kami ng barkada namin, sabi namin, if we want to be friends after this life, college life, mag-individual tayo. So what we did, we extended, sorry po sir, but we extended one term. We extended one term to write and prepare for it. Kasi sobrang secret sa amin yung thesis. Sa amin nung time, nung mindset namin, parang it's really important. So pili ko, get the right people. Don't get your friends or else makakaaway na sila. And then, ako, sir, to be honest, I would recommend individual, especially the circumstances now. If you can, do it. Kasi at the end of the day, if you wanna direct, di ba, ang hirap na may co-directors as early as now. So parang ako, do it. I mean, jump ka lang kasi the thesis is really more on discovering yourself. Diba? Hindi talaga siya output-based, but the journey that you went through. Like, I did 15 drafts of my script for the thesis. Yun, siguro consult also your professors kasi sobrang nakatulong nung time na yun consulting industry leaders, professors, and I think you're very lucky with the help of Sir Joey, no? Kasi ang daming mga directors, ang daming industry leaders. So parang I think talk to them, consult them kasi they really know what should you do for your thesis.
Pero tama sa sinabi ni Carl. Tama yan. Kung gusto ninyong maging magkaibigan pa kayo after college, okay, do not work with your friends. Okay? Work with people you've worked with before na hindi kayo gaanong ka-close. Okay? Pero alam nyong masipag at susunod sa inyo. Okay?
At may pera, sir. May pera. Minsan kasi, sir, yung nahawa ko ng thesis, nakipag-partner na lang sila kasi ayaw gumawa ng isa, tapos may pera naman siya. So, go yun na.
Siya producer, financier pala ano siya. Financial partner siya. Pero alam nyo, children, nako, hindi naman sa generation ninyo, yung mga ano, yung mga 120 at saka mga 121, okay? Pagdating ng thesis nila, iibahin na rubrics, okay? Pag grupo kayo, okay, if you are more than 2, kung 3 na kayo, iba na ang system of grading ninyo. Okay? Iba na ang system of grading ninyo. Dahil you will be graded individually na by your mentor. Okay? So yung financier, hindi na pwede. Okay? Kasi hihingi ang mentor ng proof of what you work on. So yan yung para sa 120. Yan, 120 down, pinalitan na namin. Kasi nga, may mga kaso, alam ito ng isa rito, na dahil nga sa financial situation, pwedeng mag-apat. Pero mas mahirap ang grading ng 4. Kasi very specific ang role mo sa project. Direct, magkikita na tayo sa thesis 1. O di sige, Lem, dapat ba't matuwa ako sa balita mo? Pag-iisipan ko. Hello, considering the financial issues of making a thesis film during the pandemic, is it better to form a bottom-to-up concept before taking the thesis? Anong ibig sabihin nito? A bottom-to-up concept before thesis.
Oo na, direct. I think.
Oo na.
Concept niya.
Kompleto na.
Nasa sayo yun eh, hindi ba? Basta alam mo pinapasukan mo. Di ba? At alam mo yung mga tao na makakatrabaho mo, John. Pero John, kung gusto mo yung project, it will work. Ako kung inabutan niyo to, Carl, I think sina Johann, I don't know, inabutan to, meron akong siyang estudyante, hindi ko nabanggitin kung sino, pero lagi siyang, hindi siya top tier student. In other words, siya yung student na hang around doon na ilang beses na nadidelay ang thesis. Tapos on the day of the thesis itself, ako pa mentor noon, ng punyetang yon. Okay? Ang sinabit sa akin thesis, 40 minutes. Okay? Sabi ko, hindi po pwede ito, 20 minutes lang. Okay? Ang kailangan. Sabi ko, i-edit mo. He never showed me the re-edited. He never showed me the re-edited. Nung day na nag-iintay ako sa office ng alas 8 ng gabi, hindi sumipot ang leche. Okay? So pinasabi ko, magdi-defend ka ba the next day? Oo daw. Sabi ko, bahala ka sa buhay mo. Kasi hindi ko pa nakikita. Nung nakaschedule sa Dane, nung oras ng kanyang defense sa cinema, nagpadala ng message na medyo daw siya madidelay. Akala ko nag-i-edit pa. Alam mo, Jaig, yung pala namin nakahanap sa kanya, doon sa babae sa may tapsilogan, lakad lang daw ng lakad. Okay na siguro na ninenervyos. Okay. Finally, nakapasok siyang kulelat. Okay, na nag-present. Alam mo ba na naka-near standing ovation siya sa thesis niya? Na maski ako naiyak dahil hindi ako kapaniwala sa ginawa niya. Guys, pag naniniwala kayo sa work nyo, panindigan nyo. Kahit isang matandang mentor na katulad ko, it doesn't matter. Ang importante yung conviction nyo sa work nyo. Yun lang ang lesson doon. Magkano po ang minimum need na budget ngayon na pandemic shoot sa thesis? Ako tinatanong nyo. Depende sa thesis ninyo. Kung yung thesis ninyo may production number, gusto nyo, gawin nyo Squid Games. Okay? Kung magkano gagastahin ninyo, depende yon. Pero ang minimum usually is, like in DLSU, ang minimum nilang ini-spend is from 50 to 60. Okay? Yun ang minimum expenditure. Question from Yvonne, magkano ang minimum? Ikaw pala yan, Yvonne. Okay, mga 50 to 60. Depende yan eh. Kasi usually ngayon sa pandemic, ang sinasuggest namin is yung confined screenplay. Okay, yung isa lang ang location para mas madali. Ako na-cut off si Carl. Okay, may question pa kayo? May question pa? O maayos na tayo? Children, amid sa pandemic, any advice, insights, people to work with for students who want to join International Film Festival? Wow! Carl, may tanong dito. Paano raw sumali sa International Film Festival? Ano raw kailangan gawin? Carl, nakamute ka.
I think, sir,
wala talagang right answer to that, but it's just that galingan mo yung thesis mo, and I think your story should stand out, and for it to stand out, kailangan it should be from your heart. Kasi hindi talaga sila masyadong maano sa technicals. It's really about the story and how you mount it, paano mo kinwento. And think of as a Miss Universe, no? It's the best of the best for each country na magpapasa. And sa Philippines pa lang, kalaban mo na is 100 plus. So I think you should stand out and make it, heartwarming or thought-provoking, and then parang yun, dapat ma-stimulate yung ano mo yung emotions. Yun po.
Okay. So in other words, kailangan may impact kaagad yung material mo, and its impact that is original and very native to your culture.
Yes, sir. Saka dapat may lalim po.
Alam mo, Carla, kasi ang mistake ng iba, akala nila yung technical polish will get you into international film fest. Hindi eh.
Hindi, sir.
Hindi, it's content. It's basically content. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, we've reached the end of our forum, and we've been talking for an hour and a half. Okay, so maraming salamat. I mean, to the four of you make Benilde Film really proud.